PE. My name is Lorraine Story-Mockford, Lori Von Luster here in Second Life, and I am the VWBPE 2019 Programs Chair. It is my, oh my gosh, this is absolutely the wrong one. Hold on a minute. Gosh, it just wouldn't be Second Life without a disaster, would it? There we are. So, hello everyone and welcome to the closing ceremonies. Can you believe VWBPE19 is almost over? Such a wonderful conference. 3 days have flown by with amazing keynotes, presentations, exhibits, social events. Wow. We played a lot and learned a lot and collaborated with each other and made new friends. What an awesome conference this has been. So let's make some noise for VWBPE 2019. Awesome, everyone. My name is Lorraine Story-Mockford, Lori Von Luster, here in Second Life and across the metaverse, and I am honored to welcome you to this year's closing ceremony. Tonight, you will meet some of the people who have worked behind the scenes for the past year to make this conference a complete success. You will also hear about our post-conference activities and our plans for next year's VWBPE 2020 conference. We're just a few minutes away from discovering who will be the recipient of the 2019 VWBPE Thinkerer Award for outstanding contribution in the promotion of learning, community, and educational practices, and someone who exemplifies the spirit of cooperative development with immersive environments. Our closing ceremony would not be the same without one of Second Life's most famous celebrities, Pooky Amsterdam, our MC tonight. Pooky has been our closing host since almost the beginning of VWBPE, gracing us with her wisdom starting in 2010. Most of us first got to know Pooky Amsterdam as the producer of the show and host of one of Second Life's most popular game shows, The First Question. In The First Question, and I was a contestant a couple of times, I believe, we're asked big questions about science and invention and achievement. Throughout the metaverse, she is a legend. Pooky Amsterdam is the CEO, producer, and writer for Pooky Media Films, an animation studio and virtual world entertainment company. She is a strong advocate for excellence in education, especially in the visual arts, as evident through her machinima and video in virtual worlds. I recently shared a Pooky Media film birthing center video with one of my midwifery colleagues. Pooky is outspoken about her enormous respect and admiration for the work that educators do each day. We have the utmost respect and admiration for her work as well. Be sure to follow Pooky Amsterdam on Twitter and like her on Facebook. And oh my gosh, those cookies are almost too good to eat. I am delighted to welcome VWBPE's favorite hostess. Give a warm welcome and a huge round of applause to the one, the only, Pooky Amsterdam.
Hello, everybody, and thank you so very much. It is amazing to be here again and to be here at the VWBPE 2019, which has been an incredible success. Appreciation to everyone who participated on all levels, especially and always our volunteers. God, we couldn't get this done without them. 12 years, people, since the first VWB. And here we are, avatars of all logins, with experience beyond most mortals who only know the limits of real life. It seems we stand again on the brink of immersive education, and with so much attention in this space, education is garnering that much more focus. And for years here, educators have made virtual platforms the place to become even more involved with their content. You have found new ways to engineer learning and new ways to encourage interaction, challenging yourselves and your students with this, which enthralls. By invigorating the amazing resources that you are as educators and teachers, my guess is that Second Life, other virtual platforms like OpenSim and Kitely have inspired in the literal and figurative dark of night. The camaraderie, support, and encouragement given over a dozen years is global, 24/7, and here. Here are the teachers and high-level planners for the future of education from early childhood to university. Couple that with lifelong study, which virtual worlds promote, means log in and learn will always be part of the virtual experience. And perhaps, as this is recorded on video, an ethnographic film perhaps, I'd like to take it a step further and just say we are starring in our own cartoon movies and writing the scripts in real time when we are here. How about a show of your first few logins and the first folks you met in conversations? We could call it, This is Your Second Life. But what makes this conference so great is that it is our lives which are enhanced by this ability to be here. And I do mean that virtually. Thank you, VWBPE. The man that I am honored to introduce is the man who actually thought us here, so to speak. If our ability to transform our thoughts into action makes us creators of the first degree, then this man kind of imagined us all here to begin with. In the beginning. He is behind the Rockcliffe University Consortium and the global think tank we are now all swimming in for educational best practices and more. And without him, we wouldn't be in our first year, let alone our 12th. Great man, a great guy, and if I may, a gravatar, which is a portmanteau of gravitas and avatar, may I present Kevin Phelan, also known as our Phelan Corrimal.
Awesome, thank you. VWBPE would not be possible without months of work by a multitude of volunteers. Exhibitors, presenters, mentors, and of course the organization committee itself. These tireless leaders manage portfolios including programs, marketing, volunteers, web design, social, logistics, and outreach. Without their guidance and steady hands, this conference would just simply not be possible. Each has sacrificed a lot to bring quality education to virtual worlds. Their work is amazing, and I thank each committee member and their vice chairs for all the hard work that they've put in again for this conference. I would also like to single out for special dedication my executive committee partners, Lorraine Mockford and Becky Adams. The planning for each conference starts over a year in advance. It is the executive committee that sets the direction of each conference, develops new activities, programs, sets the conference standards, and have overall responsibility for the conference. I have had the privilege of working with both Lorraine and Becky for yet another great year, and I could not have done this without them. Thank you both very much for being a part of this special time. Pooky, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Yes, thank you, Phelan. In 2007, SLBPE was born, Second Life Best Practices in Education, and its theme was Teaching, Learning, Research. This conference is about revision, but there is still a whole lot of TLR going on. As part of revision, expanded games, AR, VR, and more enter the screen. The growth in today's incarnations are palpable because of the dozen years which has expanded the knowledge and the wonder. Thank you all for so many great blocks of engagement. The blended layers of information have been upgraded, environment, content, and substance form the actual living teaching tool. And to experience the virtual is to inhabit it. And we are inhabiting these tools and living in them through fabulous games, among other things. You have been recruited to the agency. Was a tremendous build and story. Kudos to Brant Knudsen. How could I not love helming Captain Nemo's submarine? Come on, thank you, that was great. The Queen's Heroes in the Five Kingdoms by Letitia de Leon or Letty Luckstone was an amazing submersive experience as it takes place underwater and connected deeply to the ocean reality we all face on this planet. Shannon Bola and Marilyn G. Chiolis built an incredible game to teach in a very memorable build. It's a great concept. The panel discussion with Tom and Drax on making the not to be missed, our digital selves, my avatar is me, showcased what is possible in life's ability. I absolutely loved what Vasily Gianostros or Blue Bark or Low Tide showed about water structure, responding to positivity and negativity. It's an amazing presentation which you can catch on YouTube, as well as the other great presentations, and I really urge you to do that. So thank you to everyone for this amazing and great, I think we can call it premium content. And now, I really would love to introduce wonderful woman and a real inspiration, Lorraine Story Mockford, also known to us as Laurie Van Luster or LV. She is a retired instructional designer in Nova Scotia, Canada, coming to us from Canada. LV is the VWBPE 2019 Programs Chair. She coordinates the immersive experiences and is a member of course, the Executive Committee. She also is the transcriptionist with Virtual Ability Inc. And let's bring her on, the amazing and fantastic Laurie Van. Welcome, Laurie.
Thank you, Pooky. This year of revision, we saw a wide range of presentations that brought amazing examples of innovative community and collaborative practices. This year's presenters helped us define revision when they brought their work to us. Brought their work, their research, and their passion to our conference. Without them, we would not have had a theme come true, and we did. The future is now, my friends. While I won't bore you with the hours of work and coordination that the program takes, I will say that it is a team effort. And what a team. Behind the program are the individuals who support my efforts. First and foremost is my co-chair, iSky Silverweb, without whom submissions, reviews, and final program would not be possible. Heike Philp, Gwengawazi, brought a V-Languages influence to the program this year, and this is a partnership that we hope to grow. Many thanks to the reviewers who also work in the background, doing blind reviews of proposals and papers to ensure the quality in our program. Their hard work and dedication gets published in the Journal of Virtual Studies, where the VWBPE proceedings are featured, including the results of the lively and engaging quadrivium discussions. Our Letitia de Leon, Letty Luckstone here in Second Life, continues as editor of the Journal of Virtual Studies, and I would like to thank her. I would like her for being taking all my questions as I went along in this new role. I could not have done it without you, Letty. And finally, I'd like to send a special thanks to my colleagues on the executive team, Becky Adams, Ellie Pignon, and Kevin Phelan Corrimal. They offer support to the program in many ways, often talking me down as I lose my mind. And it was their great ideas that helped me to bring it to fruition. Thanks to all of you for continuing to support our academic program. And back to you. Pooky?
All right, thank you. Wow. I stand here every year and I think of how much work has gone into this conference, how much passion, and you all are. I have so much respect for everyone in this room. Becky Adams, a.k.a. Ellie Pignon, in Second Life, is an instructor and the former director for online course development and faculty support at the University of New Mexico. She is also the volunteer chair for our VWBPE19 conference and one of the 3 members of the VWBPE Triumvirate, known as the Executive Committee. As the volunteer committee, Ellie supports the conference by organizing volunteers, and we need those volunteers for roles needed for the conference to run smoothly. This includes recruiting, training, and scheduling. This is an amazing committee of dedicated and hardworking, did I say volunteers? Because these people are awesome. We couldn't do it without them. Ellie, We need you now.
Oh my goodness, that's lovely. Thank you so much, Pooky. The VWBPE Organizational Committee and I would like to take just a moment to thank the wonderful group of people that stepped up this year to be volunteers. It is amazing that it takes thousands of hours to put on a conference like this one. Having one without a significant hitch in a virtual world takes planning, thought, and care, and many of you dedicated volunteers. From our ever amazing and dedicated hosts who are the first face of VWBPE, as they welcome our most valuable participants when they first land and need help to find their way, to those critical, patient, and supportive mentors guided by our amazing iSky Silverweb, who assists and facilitates our excellent presenters, to the estate managers and technical support who help things keep voice working and quiet nerves, to our communication folks who help us know what's going on and smooth the way, to our expert quadrivium facilitators and assistants who, as experienced veterans, lead critical conversations. And then there's our transcriptionists that allow all of us to enjoy the presentations. To our wonderful stream team who continue to make the magic, capturing our workshops for all to see. As well as our photographers, the shutterbugs that save our memories to enjoy over and over. We hope you've had a chance to enjoy their special exhibit in Gateway this year. We thank you, Callie. To the Social Committee, who once again took us under the gorgeous sea and allowed us to relax, get to know each other, have conversations, and most importantly, dance while we celebrated this very special conference. And of course, there's the amazing security team, Green Lantern Corp, who will always do an incredible job. You are the silent peacekeepers, and we appreciate that you are the most successful when we hardly know you're there. Actually, Hal has become a favorite at Gateway. I especially want to give a very special thank you to Blue Barker Lowtide and Edith Halderman, who have served as assistant chairs for our volunteers again this year, and I could not have done it without them. They are dedicated and work closely with our volunteers to make sure everyone is trained and able to do their job as well. We would like to thank each and every one of our over 60 volunteers who have given their time and hearts to make this a very special year, our conference an amazing success, and helped us all revision. We could not have done this without your contribution, and we look forward to working with you again next year. Back to you, Pooky.
All right. The next person that I'm going to introduce, hello, and thank you, Ellie. We could all be volunteers. Remember that, gang? The next person I'm going to introduce is an amazing woman who is an integral part of our virtual universe. Her role overlaps several, and she has an amazing ability to actually be in several places at once. She is the IT chair, maintaining the website and supporting the efforts of the communications and marketing chair. She also serves an invaluable role as program co-chair. In this role, she assists in getting the program online on the calendar, as well as helps to train mentors behind the scenes to make it happen. So don't be fooled by the demure kitty you saw at conference this year. This fabulous feline is a powerhouse. Introducing the one, the only, our iSky Silverweb. LV will be voicing for iSky.
mentors bring such enthusiasm and dedication to supporting their presenters, from providing the tools to coaching to attending their presenters' sessions. Many of them are also involved in other roles within the volunteer team, and they do it with a smile. They do this because they have real passion for promoting education in virtual worlds. They have a desire to support those in the midst of this work as they contribute their innovations in the field. Here's a huge thank you to this year's mentor team for their dedication and hard work. I also want to thank Ellie Pinion, because without her support and the volunteers, we wouldn't have this great team of people here. My role in IT has been mainly to keep VWBPE's website up to date on both the front and back ends. It's a very rewarding year-round project. A word of appreciation for Beth Ghostraven in marketing and communications. She works hard to get the news out to everyone right up to the end of the conference. I've done what I could to help her make that easier. I've had the pleasure and honor of working with Lori Von Luster in the programs as her vice chair, developing a conference program and bringing all the awesome people that you've seen and heard this week. That's all on LV. And a giant thank you to Lori Von Luster and the VWBPE transcriptionists. Every member of this committee is dedicated to the central mission of VWBPE, bringing together educators and innovators, you, from many parts of the world, to share and learn together and challenge each other. Never stop learning. Read, learn, question, and experiment, then come back to share what you discovered next year. I have a motto that I live by and frequently say, there's no such thing as a dumb question, except the one that isn't asked. Back to you, Pooky.
And of course, if you have a dumb question, I don't have an answer. Okay, that was great. Beth S. O'Connell, who is Beth Ghostraven in many virtual worlds, has been a school librarian since 1998, working with students from ages 4 to 19. She came to Second Life in 2012 to network with VSTE, the Virginia Society for Technology and Education, and quickly found the Virtual Pioneers and other education groups for which she publicizes and facilitates these events. She's been told she is the secret sauce in getting people to come to education events. And once you come in for an education event, that's it, you're hooked. Beth also uses Minecraft with middle school students and initiated an outpost for VSTE on Avacon's Open Simulator Grid. This woman is incredible. As communications chief for VWBPE, she does a fabulous job getting the word out about the conference. Let's welcome our amazing Beth. Come on up here, Beth.
I'm hoping my microphone works. Oh, good. Yes, iSky, we have had fun collaborating, and thank you, Pooky. It's so much fun, iSky, to see your thought process as the words appear on the Google Doc. Then we get to argue gently about how to phrase things. They always turn out better with your input. Blue Barker, Low Tide, and Ellie Pinion have kept us up to date during the conference. Lori Von Luster, Edith Halderman, and Lear Lobo have also helped a lot with posting to social media. We always have help from the bloggers who cover Second Life in virtual worlds. We held another press day this year, which gave them a sneak preview of the conference regions. I'd like to especially thank Shiny of the Second Life Inquirer, You've probably seen Shiny with his notepad around the conference. Bixel Shufton of the Second Life Newser, Bevan Whitfield of Rockcliffe University Consortium, Daniel Voyager of Daniel Voyager's blog, Inara Pei of Living in a Modem World, and of course, Thinkerer Selby Evans of Virtual Outworlding. I've heard many people express gratitude for the way this conference has brought so many brilliant people and ideas together. If you would like to keep this going throughout the year, consider joining one or more of several education groups in Second Life who meet regularly to share presentations and ideas. Second Life may not be the best place to actually teach students, especially K-12, but in my opinion, it is the best place to find kindred spirits in virtual world education. If you would like a note card with resources, please IM me after the ceremony. If you would like to learn more about using social media and publicizing virtual world events, please let me know. I'd love to share what I'm learning. This is fun. And to echo iSky, my motto is, if it weren't for the last minute, nothing would ever get done. Now back to you, Pooky.
These are the greatest people, and what they give and what they learn and what they share is amazing. Thank you, Beth. Thank you, iSky and LV. And now I would like to introduce Barbara Seaton, also known as Helena Kiyama in Second Life. She's a retired web content developer, but she is not retired by any stretch or measure, because she and Serena co-chair the social committee. This group has provided people with time to relax, time to reflect and rejuvenate and enjoy some of the great things that Second Life does have to offer. Please join me in welcoming Helena Kiyama to talk about the work of the very important social committee. Thank you. Come on, Helena.
Thank you, Pooky. VWBPE is a great conference for learning together and sharing together. Not only do you take home new tools and ideas to use in your community, you take home new friends and connections. And there is no better way to make those connections than when you sit back and let your hair down. The social committee tries to provide those opportunities to connect with your fellow conference participants in a fun and relaxing environment. The social committee tries to provide those opportunities. Repeat. Our committee is comprised of a small but talented group of people. Serena and I have really enjoyed working with them to prepare for this conference. First, I would like to recognize Serena off course. She is truly the captain of our ship. Contrary to her name, off course, she keeps us on course. She sets up and organizes our meetings, makes assignments, checks in on us to make sure we're doing our jobs, and she arranges all musical and theatrical talent that you have heard and seen. She also sets up the exhibit scavenger hunt, built most of the underwater area on the social sim, and assisted with the treasure hunt, and so much more. Serena oversees every aspect of the social region and events. My hat off to you, my captain. Next, I would like to recognize Kaz O'Kelly, who is a dedicated member of the social committee. Kaz volunteered his time and talent to DJ our pre-conference socials, as well as meeting with us each week to share ideas. You've heard him spin the 80s for the opening social and play seaworthy tunes for our Under the Sea event. And he's not done yet. I hope you are all planning to join us immediately following this closing ceremony for Lightning Productions' Dick Clark Tribute Concert. In other words, get ready to go to heaven. Just come as you are and enjoy the music, dancing, and time to socialize. Thank you, Kaz, for sharing your musical expertise with us. Wisdom Seeker is new to the social committee, but definitely not new to Second Life. She brings a new perspective and new ideas to our brainstorming sessions and is always willing to help wherever needed. Thank you, Wisdom. Thunder and Scipio also offer support and good ideas. This year, she bounced around the regions, helping with the exhibit scavenger hunt. And we look forward to her upcoming retirement, as she'll have more time on her hands. I'm sure we'll find something for her to do. Thank you, Thunder. 12th Night is a Second Life designer of historical clothing who shares her talents with us. She created our amazing Bridge Connections t-shirts that were so much fun to wear in the parade. Thank you, 12, for being part of the social committee. Of course, no committee would be complete without the humor and kindness of Beth Ghost Raven. Beth keeps us all on track and is a welcome member of the social committee. Thank you, Beth. Even though the conference is wrapping up, there is still fun to be had. We'd like to invite you to participate in the Under the Sea treasure hunt. There are some fabulous prizes. And the exhibit scavenger hunt, both of which will be available for another week. So on behalf of the social committee, we hope you had a wonderful conference experience. Most of all, we hope you had a lot of fun and revision all you have learned here through your new connections. Now back to you, Pooky.
And here I am. Thank you. All right, please join me in once again welcoming LV, Laurie Vaughn, to talk about the conference, immersive experiences, activities. Very important. Thank you. Come on, Laurie Vaughn.
Thank you again, Pooky. I'm sorry, everyone. I didn't realize how much I was talking. I hope it's not too much. First, I'd like to thank Helena and Serena for keeping me on track and on time and helping to coordinate the My Avatar is Me discussion. I forgot to mention them earlier, and I feel badly about that. Now, on to the immersive experiences. One of the best parts of my job with VWBPE is supporting the pre- and post-conference immersive experiences. I invite you to check these out. There are 10 immersive experiences happening over the next 2 weeks. They're not over, and we're visiting such locales as Science Base, Kitely, OpenSim, and several locations here in Second Life, including one tomorrow. Come and see what your VWBPE colleagues are doing across the metaverse. Have you ever been to a hypergridding poker run? And what is it with all those librarians this year? Absolutely amazing. Many of our pre-conference immersive experiences have left open their locations for self-directed exploration. So please do check the program calendar for more information on these. I would also like to thank Callie Delboa and Blue Barker for their photographic excellence in keeping the, I just want to get a different note card. There. I wanted to thank Kelly Dell and Blue Barker for their photographic excellence in helping to keep the photo pool full and posting things to the great new Google Photos site too. So I like to thank everyone who's contributed photos. When I put the call out, do you know I got over 300 photographs? Thank you. Well done. So check out our Flickr photo pool and also the Google site. It's great. I also want to thank Virtual Ability Inc. and the amazing voice-to-text transcriptionists who help to make our sessions accessible to those who require a text version of the presentations. Carol and Caroline and Electra Panther, you guys are the best. And of course, Virtual Ability's fearless leader in all things accessible, the incomparable Gentle Heron. Back to you.
And bravo, Gentle Heron, and here, mwah, sending you a kiss. Yeah, thank you. And may I now paraphrase James M. Cox and say, behind every great event, there is an even greater logistician. And here, at the helm of the VWBPE, we have ours. So, may I introduce again a man who knows when, where, why, how much, and how. What more can you ask for? The guy who handles the reins. Phelan Corrimal, come on up and we have to know about logistics.
Okay, thanks, Pooky. I'll try to make this brief. Logistics is the not-so-subtle art of trying to get everything to come together at the same time, in the same place with the same purpose in mind. It's a team effort, and this year, Laurie Vaughn, you're laughing at me here. Oh, my goodness. Get everything to come together at the same time, at the same place, with the same purpose. It's a team effort, and this year the team did an outstanding job. I'd like to thank iSky Silverweb for all her help on the website and helping with managing the various web applications needed to make the conference happen. I'd like to especially thank my unofficial co-chair, Leticia DeLeon, who has worked tirelessly with me to get everything ready for this year's conference. I would also like to thank the many people who create and maintain the buildings, the regions, including Fiery, Prem, Helena, Torgon, and many, many others. I would like to give a special thank you to the University of New Mexico, James Lloyd and Mel Burns for coordinating the stream team this year, and of course on the stream team themselves. Those videos will be going up onto the VWBPE YouTube channel shortly. There's a lot of them that are already there. And finally, I'd like to give a shout out to Green Lantern Excelsior and his team for helping out with the region security again for this year. These people working behind the scenes make everything just work and keep the magic alive for everyone. My heartfelt thanks to each and every one of them. And Pooky, back to you.
And thank you, Gravatar. I love that. You are a Gravatar, Phelan. Okay, Ellie Pinion will next present, I think, the most important award given out in a virtual world or given out in the metaverse. And that is the Thinkerer Award. And Ellie Pinion will next present the 2019 Thinkerer Award, named for Thinkerer Melville, for outstanding service across the metaverse. Thank you.
So please ignore that. I thought I hadn't hit that last time, so it's not back to you, Pooky. And I am so honored to be able to give this award tonight. So thank you all for your part of that. In In 2014, the Virtual World's Best Practices in Education Organizational Committee instituted a new Personal Achievement Award to recognize an individual who has provided outstanding service to both the field of education and the virtual world community at large. Past recipients include Valerie Hill, fellow librarian in its second life, Cynthia Colon, Lyra Lobo, Andrew Wheelock, Spiff Whitfield, Alice Kruger, Gentle Heron, and of course the award namesake Selby Evans, our Thinkerer. These five were around the conference over the past 3 days, generously sharing and supporting, and we hope you were able to attend the Above the Book with Phelan and Selby earlier today. Each are true collaborators and leaders. Please give them a big round of applause. Thank you. The Thinkerer Award is presented to an individual whose deeds and actions have shown consistent selfless service towards the promotion of learning, community, educational practices, and who exemplifies the spirit of cooperative development within immersive environments. Recipients of this Lifetime Achievement Award are not simply outstanding professionals in their field, they characterize transformational leadership qualities, which include envision and guide change, enhance the motivation, morale, and performance of others, promote best practices and continuous improvement, and inspire through their words and actions. One such individual, Barbara Truman, known across the metaverse as Delightful Dewangirl, is our 2019 Thinkerer Award recipient. Barbara is a campus activist who became a VW champion. She dreams of being a VW architect to create the future while empowering others to do the same, especially for accelerating and incubating R&D to improve quality of life. Barbara has over 20 years of experience in U.S. higher education as an educator, scholar, administrator, and researcher. In these roles, she participated in national and state associations, made presentations, and published articles related to teaching and learning with mediated technology. And here are some links that you might go to see some of her work. Now, mostly for building institutional capabilities at the University of Central Florida, UCF, in Orlando, Barbara founded a department for online and blended programs, web services, and software. Barbara's passion for virtual worlds began in 2006 through the New Media Consortium, where she recognized VW potential. Participating in virtual world events made her a convert, committed to becoming a virtual world connectivist. She is a co-editor of 2 recent books about using virtual worlds to build identity and society. Her doctoral research conducted in virtual worlds explored why investing in immersive virtual communities using embodied avatars matters. Her study aligned transdisciplinary research with the MIT Presencing Institute and the National Cancer Institute Team Science Initiative. And here's some other links to help you look at her work. At UCF, Barbara is a researcher and graduate faculty member in the Institute for Simulation and Training, where she teaches using virtual worlds. She is an active researcher at Virtual Harmony and promotes immersive conferences, including the VWBPE, OSCC, and the Federal Consortium of Virtual Worlds Workshop. Aren't you impressed? She participates in the National Science Foundation X-Files Immersive Learning Community and serves in the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers ICICLE Extended Reality Working Group for Learning Engineering. Barbara also served as the community manager for the U.S. Army's Military Open Simulation Enterprise Strategy, MOSES, and as an advisor for the U.S. Air Force Immersive Learning Initiative. Her background includes instructional design, human performance technology, and computer science emerging media. It is for all these reasons and more that the VWBP Organizational Committee proudly confirms Barbara Truman, our delightful duangle, as the VWBPE 2019 Thinkerer Award Recipient. Congratulations, Barbara.
Bravo, 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 bravo.
Thank you for the kind words, Ellie. And to say I was surprised to get the call about the award is an understatement. The predecessors of this award are inspirations to me. How I would love to be a librarian like VWBPE. How I wish I could have coffee regularly as a geek with Spiff. How I wish to identify how to make everyday living more personally accessible with Gentle. And there are a few things I wish more than to have a wealth of spirit like Lear, so that when I grow up, I can be like Selby Evans, our thinker. What an honor to be recognized by colleagues and friends among this group. I feel truly humbled. This conference is a hallmark. Congratulations on the 12th anniversary of the VWBPE's inception. So many organizations have not figured out how to convene immersive events or sustain them. A personal goal I have is to help facilitate more events like this one for professional associations, universities and schools, governments, nonprofits, and grant funding agencies. My story at the University of Central Florida in Orlando relates to creating institutional support for online learning when most people thought it was impossible, impractical, and unaffordable. I was part of and built an amazing team that made it safe for mainstream faculty and teachers to engage in online and reach the students who needed better access. Everyone benefited and the institution transformed. It was unthinkable at UCF to require faculty to go it alone and figure out the learner support, content development, and delivery systems necessary for successful online learning. How I dream of seeing institutions rise to their leadership in society to overcome the barriers in providing virtual world learning as a ubiquitous network like the internet itself. I am convinced that the result will be improved teaching and learning, transdisciplinary research, and the ability to build smart, enabled campuses, cities, and communities. Like most of you, I see, know, and live in the power of possibility of these worlds. My life has been extended in surviving chronic illness through the spiritual inspiration found here. I hesitated in accepting the award for fear of not being well enough to participate in this conference and ceremony. Thankfully, it is because of the community outreach that I am well enough to do so. Now more than ever, questions haunt me. Have I done everything in my power to translate the usefulness of virtual worlds where I work and live? Do I comprehend what I must learn to make the most of the technology we now have? What can I do today to serve making new immersive software that builds on what we already rely upon? How does using virtual worlds help me build upon my strengths and manage my weaknesses? Do I fully comprehend the power I have using virtual worlds to create positive change among my sphere of influence? Am I helping my students become better people and leaders through using virtual worlds? Will my students continue to participate with me to build a next generation immersive learning ecosystem? Am I living fearlessly as an authentic person who integrates the virtual and physical worlds? Your help is appreciated in helping me to figure out these questions. I am convinced it is the communities of leaders and not just the technology that move us forward. It is a digital heritage for which I am proud to have the opportunity to make history, creating new forms of learning together. As you heard, I've been blessed with a wonderful career, but it is a highlight of my life to be among you who have taught me, shared resources, and helped me become a better person. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for the recognition of this award. I look forward to collaborating with you in the future, and all the very best. Back to you.
Wow. And thank you, Delightful, for joining this Digital Hall of Fame, which could be the world's first Digital Hall of Fame with the Thinkerer Awards for Immersive and Virtual Education. Bravo. Once again, it is my pleasure to introduce the VWBPE Executive Director. We need a theme song every time I say his name. He is a champion of the virtual world, my friends, Phelan Corrimal, who is going to tell us about the post-conference activities and the exciting highlights for next year's conference, VWBPE 20. Please welcome our guy, our gravatar, Phelan Corrimal. Thank you.
Thank you again, Pooky. Pooky. I'm sorry. Oh, my goodness. Well, this is nearing the end of our 3 days together. It's not actually the end of VWBPE. Between now and just after Easter, we have another 9 immersive experiences that I highly encourage everyone to attend, including field trips to OpenSim, Science Space, and more virtual tours here in Second Life. And then there is also the conference proceedings that will be coming out as part of the Journal of Virtual Studies at the end of April. So there is lots still to come. Especially, we want you to save the date for the 13th annual VWBPE Conference, Stellar, March 26th through 28th, 2020. With so much innovation happening in the use of virtual spaces and extended reality, education is leading the way in bringing digital literacy skills to a new generation of tinkerers and problem solvers. This generation, more so than any in the past, will be the star performers. Come share their stories and yours at VWBPE Stellar. Watch for more information this summer and the call for proposal to open October 1st. Pooky, thank you very much.
And it's time. Bravo! Bravo to everyone's great accomplishments in this year's VWBPE. I hope you all have had a wonderful and enlightening few days. No one enters the conference the same person as they leave because of the experiences and the people and conversations and knowledge that has happened during these few days. Be sure to watch the archived live stream videos of this year's conferences and share them with your colleagues and friends. The stuff is awesome. And a huge thank you to everyone who had a part in once again making this event so successful. And now, come on, baby, let's do the twist, or the frug, or the pony, or the Macarena, because it's time to dress in the attire that represents your favorite decade of music. Flapper, poodle skirts, tie-dye, etc. Or come as you are and go as you forever wish to be. For music and memories at the Dick Clark Tribute Concert, which begins in just a few minutes on the social sim. So contact Serena or Helena if you need the landmark to the amazing venue in the sky. So fly, avatars, fly, and we will see you next year at VWBPE 20. Thank you. Good night. Mwah. Love you.